For that, we have custom reports, the power of which we've talked about a bit in the past. Now, for sure, you can come here to this customization area. You can create a new custom report. You can come down here, create metrics groups, add in all the different metrics that you might want. Come through here, create all the different dimensions that you might want and drill down from one dimension to the next. Filters, select which views you want to apply this to, the whole thing. But when you have to create this from scratch, it can take some time. And you also have to keep in mind which combinations of dimensions and metrics have a similar scope. In other words, you can't create a report that tries to mix page-level scope with session-level scope. For example, whether you convert or not in a session is something that applies to that entire session. But how many page views a particular page has is a page-level scope. So it makes no sense to create a content report that reports the number of page views and the conversion rate for a page. A page itself can't convert. A user converts in a session based on the goals you set up, which may or may not include that page. This is an area people get tripped up in all the time. Now, there is a full reference called the Dimensions and Metrics Explorer that will show you which dimensions and metrics have which scope. To find that, the easiest way is just come do a Google search for Google Analytics, Dimensions Metrics Explorer. First one. And this is a handy tool. Come down here and select the web mode. We can come down here and see, for example, under User, for the scope of User Scope, we have the dimensions and metrics that make sense here. We even have some that have replaced previous versions of these. Now this is going to be a thorough but time-consuming way to go. Luckily, there is a shortcut that can save you both time and help you create solid reporting structures by just tweaking rather than starting from scratch. That is, we're simply going to start with reports that Google has already built and customize them from there. To do that, we're going to simply find a report that relatively closely matches where we want to go and tweak from there. So if we come in here, and let's say, for example, that I want to come here and I want to start with a language report. Now, the way this report is by default, I do have a goal set here, and I've got some reporting here on my goals, but I may want to add more. And the other thing here is that when I drill down, it goes down from language down into just focusing on that language. But let's say that I have a question as I look through here of this one that's English by itself. I have English US and English Great Britain, and I want to figure out, is this English by itself covering some of those other countries? So could some of my US users be reporting as just English? Okay, well I can very quickly figure that out. I come up here and click Customize, change the name, I'm going to say Language, drill down into Country. And let's also say that I want to add another one here to my goal set 1. One of the things I like to look at is the overall number of goal completions, which we can do via custom report. It'll simply add it down there. And here, instead of drilling down into language and language, I'm going to change this one to be drilling down into country. Save this out. And just like that, we've created a custom report. It's essentially pre-filled our custom report with all the things that were used to create the original report. So if I move over here to our goal set 1, we see that we simply added goal completions as a column over here on the right-hand side. All the other ones are still there. We just added one more. Now, if I look down here at my languages, I can drill down into this English, and here I'm going to see all the countries that make up that English without any other country qualifier. And yes, we see indeed United States does get counted there. So there are some of my US English folks who are being counted in just that overall English bucket. This is a simple tweak that I use all the time. If you want to see something slightly different, no problem. Just customize it, save, and you are in business 30 seconds later. I love these little tips that make life easier, and this one definitely falls in that category.